Are you done eating your hard candy?
No.
Ugh, hurry up.
It's hard. I want to break my teeth.
Old lady.
It's your candy, old man.
Sucking on candy. What is it? Stepping on ants, sucking on souls. Ants. Souls. Oh, come on.
Spicy cinnamon.
Hurry up. Chew it. Don't break your teeth, though.
Ow!
Hello and welcome to episode 103 of the Press Continue podcast. I'm your host, Adam.
And I'm your host, Brittany.
And today we are going to a new school, old school. And
Resurrection.
Ghosts and Goblins Resurrection.
Mm-hmm. Ghouls and ghosts.
Well, because I keep saying ghouls and ghosts, but this one's Ghosts and Goblins. They went all the way back to the very, very first game.
Mm-hmm.
Not Ghouls and Ghosts, which was a sequel to Ghosts and Goblins. Which is a game that we reviewed a long time ago.
I do remember.
Yeah.
That game's hard.
Yeah, you just played it for a second there, too.
Yeah.
I was surprised. You asked to play games.
Shut up. Just wanted to remember it a little better.
But this was released February 25th of 2021. This could be the newest game we've ever reviewed.
Newest to the review.
What does that mean?
The newest game closest to the review we've done.
Sure. Closest to release date?
Yeah, I don't know.
Just
saying things.
It's out on Switch now. It says eventually on PS4, Xbox One, and PC.
It's only a downloadable game at the moment.
Yeah. No, give us the physical copies. Don't
Yeah.
download games because that's dumb.
I don't know if they're going to do that, are they?
I don't know.
It's got to be cheaper to not.
Why are you asking me like I work there?
I don't know. You seem to know random facts about games all the time.
Well, that's true. I mean, I'm sure if enough people buy it, they'll put a limited run release, like they did with. They just re-released Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, and they're doing a limited run of physical copies you can get. But you can also download it for Switch now too.
The DVD?
No, the game.
I know there was a game.
Yeah, exactly. It was actually a very popular game, like 4 years ago.
Did it come out during the movie time, or has it been?
No, it came out a few years after the movie.
Huh.
And it's considered like one of the best beat 'em ups. Mm-hmm. And then it disappeared from the market forever, and then they brought it back this year. Mm-hmm. And they're gonna have a physical release, but also it's a downloadable on Switch right now.
I want to play it.
Yeah, I've always wanted to play it. This game looks awesome, but I don't want a digital copy. I want a real copy.
Well, I'll buy the digital copy, and you can play it.
No, buy the real copy.
You just said you can't get it.
You can get it.
Oh.
You have to special pre-order it, and you'll get it like in 6 months, maybe.
Okay, no.
Yeah, it's real stupid.
Annoying already.
So back to Ghosts and Goblins. This is the 8th game in the series, and it came out to celebrate the 35th year anniversary of kicking our ass.
I didn't know it was that old.
35 years.
That's a long time.
That's old. Means the first time that I hated this game, I was 11.
Oh my god, you're old.
Shut up! No, I was 10. 10. So, I found the story for this game.
Okay.
So you got a lot to read here.
Whoa.
And
it's been a while.
It's a poem.
Ooh. A long time ago, in a far-off land our tale begins, its beauty matched by none. There we find our hero Arthur resting in the sun. Then lo, beyond the rolling hills, a maiden drawing near. Arthur, the apple of her eye, the princess does appear. A moment shared between the two, all happiness and bliss, when suddenly off in the distance something is amiss. A spark ignites, and then one more, the town goes up in flames. A cloud of darkness does emerge, the palace it does claim. A shadow that extends its reach to the umbral tree divine, its color fades, its vigor drained by powers most malign. And with this chaos wrought, the demon lord plays his vile hand, while Arthur's back is turned. I can't say Arthur. The princess he kidnaps as planned. Our gallant hero tries his best and yet is overwhelmed. With the princess he takes flight, off to the demon realm. In haste does Arthur
I didn't
don
know that
his
was
armor
chapter 2.
to save his maiden fair. To the demon realm he does depart, so demons best beware. Huh. So it's basically like Mario.
The princess has been taken
To the
away
other
to the
castle.
demon realm. Can gallant Arthur save her? You forgot that.
Oh,
That doesn't rhyme. Yeah, that was part of it.
Okay. I
didn't realize it was that freaking long.
I thought that
sorry.
was your writing.
No, I didn't make that.
The princess in another castle.
Yeah.
I didn't know there was a princess in it at all.
So you didn't watch the little video in the beginning? There's like a little cutscene video in the beginning.
No, I didn't see that.
Okay, I didn't either because I was playing on someone else's Switch and they've already played it and seen it.
In the old game, or this is the new game?
Every single game
Has this?
the demon comes out, grabs the princess, and disappears, and then you're going to save her. That's the whole point of this.
But that poem, where's that from? Is it just from this one?
That's just from this game.
Okay, I thought it was like 80s, and I thought it was cool, but now it's not.
Well, everything's all throwback to 35 years ago, so... Yeah. But it's actually on ghoulsandghosts.com.
Who made this game?
Ghosts
Who
and
makes
Goblins,
this game?
I don't know. It's made by Capcom.
Huh.
And, they've always made killer hits. They have. They made Mega Man that beats your ass.
Killer hits.
Yeah. They made DuckTales.
Killer hits of the 80s.
All right. So, yeah, this game, it's hard. It actually has, this is something new, you get 4 difficulty levels that you get to choose from at the beginning of the game. You get Page, Squire, Knight, and Legend. Of course, Page being the easiest, Legend being the hardest. But if you pick Page, the easiest, you cannot finish the game in Page mode. It will not let you, it will only let you go so far in that difficulty.
I thought...
But it's the easiest, but it ain't easy.
Well, initially, I thought those were different characters you could play, not modes of, easiness or whatever.
Well, it says at the top, choose your difficulty.
Well, I didn't read that. And I started with Legend, and I died.
Ugh.
Died so many times.
I tried... When I was playing it, I tried it, because I knew how hard these games were. I tried it in Squire. Uh-huh. Or maybe Knight. I don't know. One of the 2 middle ones. And I knew better than to try Legend. But before we came down here, I tried Legend. And there's no way. There's no way anyone can play that game in Legend mode.
There's so many guys coming at you. It's almost impossible. I was like, how does anyone play this game?
There were things running at me faster than than the character would physically shoot.
Yeah, and he does kind of run awkwardly.
Oh, we'll get into that. We'll definitely get into that.
Flaily.
But what I thought was neat, they do give you a lot of checkpoints. Even if you're dying a lot, you don't have to start at the very beginning every time. It seems like you have infinite lives, but you thought different?
I thought I had to keep going back to the main menu every time I died.
Oh, well, that's probably your problem. Because if you go back to the main menu, it loses all your...
Well, no, I thought it was doing that. Because when I played the Page, it had a little, floaty orb, and I came back. But that's not what was happening when I played in Legend.
You go back to the last flag you touched. The last checkpoint.
Yeah.
Which you probably never got to the second checkpoint.
Maybe that's what it was.
Yeah, because it seemed like when I was on Legend, where I saw a checkpoint last time, there wasn't one. Mm-hmm. So there's probably less checkpoints too.
Yeah, I kept dying.
But what I thought was kind of a neat idea too is that after you die so many times at a checkpoint, you have the option to lower the difficulty level.
Okay, I didn't know that.
So, when I was playing on Night or whatever, I got to a checkpoint and I died 5-6 times, and one of the options, instead of saying start at the last checkpoint, it says start at the last checkpoint at a lower difficulty setting.
That's smart.
So,
and helpful.
They made the game a little more forgiving than the games in the past, which was a good addition, because nobody can play this damn game.
Yeah. It actually made it more fun for me, though, because every time I died, I just came back.
Right. I actually felt less rewarded with the game because it was like, okay, I died and I don't have to start over and get better at the parts that I already got past.
Mm-hmm.
So like when I did finish a full level, like I actually got to a boss and finished a few levels, and I finished it, and I wasn't like in the original games where I was like, holy shit, I got past the first level, and I'm like throwing a little party. I was just like, meh, okay. I wonder what's next.
Well, you could play it on Legend though.
No, I can't. No one can play it on Legend.
You could try.
It's impossible.
You can get better.
It's impossible. So there's some new weapons. The new ones are all bullshit.
Which ones?
Did you get the one that was a ball?
Of like ice freezing?
It looked like a coronavirus ball.
No.
It's like a green ball with little red dots on it, and it just rolls over everything. Terrible. Because it's slow, but I mean the new thing, if you shoot once, it will roll through and hit all the enemies until it hits an obstacle and it stops. So I was playing it, I was using it on Legend, and I got stuck where I was in the graveyard, and I kept wanting to shoot over the gravestones to kill the guys that were coming at me, and the stupid ball would just stop, and then I get killed.
Oh god. I didn't see that.
The other one that's terrible is the hammer. It's a big hammer.
I thought it was an axe. Did I not see the hammer?
I don't know what you saw. I didn't see a big axe.
I had a giant axe, I thought.
Really? Oh, it might have looked like an axe. I thought it was a hammer.
Oh, okay.
But you have no range on it at all.
Yeah, they have to be real close to you.
Yeah. Trash. If it's not the original, what is that? Lance. It's a lance. If it's not the daggers, and if it's not the crossbow.
I didn't even get a crossbow.
The crossbow gives you 2 shots at like an angle, a little bit up, a little bit down, so you get like a double shot. That's good on a few of the levels where you're like walking up hills and down hills. But if it's not those weapons, you cannot play this damn game.
It's
awful.
Are you able to switch between weapons? Because I didn't see that.
So, you talked about the Umbra tree when you were reading the original story. And that was kind of one of the things I was mentioning, where you can, through the game, there's little fairies that you can collect.
Okay, the things that were floating around?
Yes.
Because I thought they were just guiding you. You can collect them?
You're supposed to grab them.
I didn't grab any of them.
And they work as, like, currency at the Umbra tree. And the Umbra tree gives you different power-ups that you can have. Like in all the other games where you would hold down the attack button, you just saw me do it, where I got the gold armor, and you'd hold down the attack button to charge up, and then the lightning shot out of me. Instead, you're putting the fairies into the tree and picking your tree of special abilities that you want.
Okay.
So there is different stuff like the lightning. There's one where like a fire is in front of you and behind you, and it kills everything that it touches. There's one where you split into 2 people, so you have like a shadow following you.
So once you choose your special tree, are you able to use that power?
Yes. So that gives you essentially multiple powered weapons, because you'll have the whole list of them at the bottom of the screen, and use the shoulder buttons to switch between which ones you want, and then hold your attack to power up and let go when you want to use it.
I didn't see anything at the bottom, so maybe
because you didn't put anything in the tree yet.
You have to get the tree.
You have to go to the tree,
okay. I
which
would
is
never have gotten it.
It's at the main menu.
I didn't collect those damn fairies.
Yeah.
I thought they were like, come this way.
So it's a skill tree.
Okay.
But what's neat is that you can undo the skills that you've already picked and get those fairies back and change your entire skill tree. Okay. Not like most games where once you put a skill in, it's set forever. So you can totally rearrange depending on what level you're going into and what skills you might need. And I found a lot of those skills to be essential to getting past these levels.
What, for bosses or?
Just getting to the boss. The boss, it doesn't do shit for you. But getting to the bot. Like so many times I'm running and you just got hordes of things coming from the left and right of you. So I would do the fire on both ends of me and just run through the level, and it would kill everything as I ran through. I didn't have to worry about shooting behind me and in front of me and slowing down. I just run past the whole thing and watch it kill everything. There's a level later where you're like in a desert, and it's got the wind coming at you, like in Ghouls and Ghosts second level, I think. No, first level, where you had the wind and you're running against the wind. And as you're running against the wind, you also have to jump over things, and a bunch of like bugs are on the left side of the screen just piling up, and eventually they swarm across the screen. Well, one of the power-ups I had, it turned all the enemies into frogs.
Oh, okay.
So I'd hold it down while I'm running, and the second they came at me, I would let go, and they'd all turn into frogs, and I'd just keep running. So I didn't get hurt. I don't know how I would get past that any other way. It'd be ridiculous. So I found a few times where it was really essential to have those certain power-ups.
Well, good to know for next time.
Right? Next time, too, somehow we got to figure out how to play this thing 2-player.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think you can on a little handheld Switch.
The Switch Lite, I don't think you can do it. The regular Switch, you have to do it. But did you see that about local 2-player?
Yeah.
Did you check anything out about that?
No, but I was wondering how you would play it 2-player. They drop 2 people in, or you play back and forth?
You're both playing at the same time. One player is Arthur.
Okay.
The other player is one of what would have been deemed the 3 wise men. But they're like a spirit that's following Arthur around and helping him through the game. So they each have some kind of like shoot ability that's really slow, but they also have special abilities that work with Arthur. So for example, Barry, when you're close enough, and it's all limited time things that work. But when you're close enough to Arthur, you get a shield that covers both of you, and you can't get hurt. Can
the second player get hurt too?
Oh, the second player can die too, but then they come back after so much time.
Okay.
It's kind of like Super Mario Brothers Wii, where you die, but you come back in a bubble.
Yeah.
Well, when they die, there's like a little timer that goes, and then they pop back up into the game again. Carrie is the other one, which actually picks Arthur up and can carry him over things or to a different part of the level. And then there's Archie, who makes platforms.
Okay. This sounds interesting, but I don't see that it could be that much fun for the second player.
The second player is basically the helper. It's making sure Arthur doesn't die. You're the support team.
Yeah, but who wants to play support?
Anyone in an RPG that ever played a healer.
A healer,
yeah. I mean, it'd just be fun just to get through more levels to see more of what's in the game. And not leave the second player just sitting there waiting.
Yeah, that's true. But it'd be cool if they actually could fight together and stuff, like 2 Arthurs.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Percival.
2-player would be Arthur and Barthur.
Barthur?
Yeah.
What was isn't it Percival? Arthur and...
I don't know what you're referring to.
The Legend of King Arthur, who was his second that had an affair with his wife.
Lancelot?
Lancelot.
Dude, I knew something! Yes!
Yes.
Yeah, I knew who the man whore was.
Yeah, Lancelot.
He sure does.
Yeah, it'd be cool to be Arthur and Lancelot and just kill a bunch of shit.
Let's make our own.
Are you sure?
So I also did like how, so okay, in the different difficulties, depending on the easier difficulties, you could take more than one hit.
Yeah, like knocked your armor off.
Part of your armor at a time versus all of it, and then
you're dead.
Yeah, which is what Legend did.
Like knocked my shirt off, armor shirt.
Oh, you're just walking around in the heart boxer shorts. So that's what all the original games did is one hit, boxer shorts, next hit you're dead, and that's what it did in Legend. But the easier ones, you'd get more hits, and it would only break off part of your armor. So
yeah, that was nice.
I thought that was cool. Yeah.
Because I would have been dead.
At least give us some kind of break.
Yeah, it's for beginners.
Yeah. So you mentioned the graphic style a little bit about how he runs.
Is that all hand-drawn? Like, or is it... I mean, what is the design?
So, the creator of the game said that they went for an animated scroll or picture book style to try to match the feel of old horror-themed parks that the original levels were inspired by.
Okay. So like Coney
I guess
Island,
like weird carnival rides from the
rides.
1920s.
They're not that. It doesn't have to be that old. They had them when we were kids too. You never been on a haunted ride?
Yeah, because they were made in the 1920s and they were still in operation.
The ones in the 1920s, someone pushed the cart behind you.
You just see somebody pulling strings the whole time.
Track.
Yeah. It just reminds me of that old Saturday Night Live skit. Do you remember the old Saturday Night Live skit with Jim Carrey in it? Where they're in one of those carts and the three guys like pop out and they sing the little song. They're like a quartet. And even though I said it was three guys. And then they go back down and then they come back up and then like one of them starts like touching the girl and then it goes back down and they come back up again and then like one's making out with the girl and the guy's like, why are they coming out again? What is happening here? It's an old stupid skit.
I'll have to watch it. Is it black and white?
No.
Oh, then I don't know.
No.
I don't know what
but it's Jim Carrey, so of course I remember it. But right, everybody complained about the way Arthur runs.
His limbs kind of like flail out all over.
Yeah.
And not really aerodynamic in the running. I had problems.
That's what you look like when
jumping.
you run.
I don't run, so.
At least once.
No.
Well, that's what I would picture you looking like if you ran.
Like an ant?
all squiggly armed like Jake from Adventure Time.
Yeah, basically. Yeah. That's how I get moving.
You're made out of noodles.
My arms give me momentum.
But no, a lot of people complained when the game came out that they hated the style of the game. The way that he ran was really awkward, and the animation was just off-putting compared to the original games. I
don't mind the animation, but the way the character runs is kind of annoying, but I don't think the whole thing is terrible.
Yeah. See, literally the first like 10 seconds of playing the game, I'm like, oh yeah, this animation is really weird and the graphic style is kind of weird. But then after doing that for a very short time, you get used to it. And honestly, the whole time I'm not even looking at myself because there's too much shit coming at me from every single direction to kill me. So you don't even pay attention to that. You're paying attention to the backgrounds and everything else to figure out where everything's coming from, so you don't die again.
Yeah.
So I didn't notice it after a very short time, so it wasn't that big a deal to me. I did like how they kept a lot of it very much inspired by those old games. Yeah. And it does look all hand-drawn, like you said.
But the levels, I thought, were fun, where they were moving up and down, and you had to time things. Mm-hmm. So that was different than the original.
Yeah, they took... The level design was actually kind of neat, because first off, when you first start, you have two paths you can pick. Mm-hmm. And after playing it for a minute, I realized what these two paths are, because the game is inspired by Ghosts and Goblins and Ghouls and Ghosts. The top path is Ghosts and Goblins remastered. The bottom path is Ghouls and Ghosts remastered.
Oh, I didn't know that. I always pick the top level, too.
Yeah.
Did you choose both?
I got through both the top and the bottom, the first two levels of both, and then I got to where you don't have a choice anymore, and it gets impossible. And I couldn't get past it any further.
And because once you pass one of the first 2 levels, it just opens up more to the map, and it is on. I mean, it's opening both parts.
Right, and you have a choice to go either way. So I did like that because if one is way too hard, you at least have an option to try something else. You're not just stuck trying the same thing and getting frustrated over and over and over. But they are literally, like I said, totally remastered levels of the original game. So, I mean, you look when we were playing Ghouls and Ghosts a second ago, it is literally like the second part of the map. Oh, you just said you didn't play that.
Yeah, I didn't play that one.
Yeah. So you should try it because you'll be like, cause after just playing Ghouls and Ghosts for a minute, you'll try it and be like, oh, wow, yeah, this is the exact same thing. But then they added a lot of stuff, tweaked a lot of stuff, so there's still a lot of surprises.
Exact same thing.
No, there's still a lot of surprises, so it's got enough variation and new stuff where you can tell, you get that nostalgic feel of playing the old game, but it's a fresh new way of being in that same world.
It may just have been your controller, but it was easier on the...
Are you blaming the controller?
The Switch.
Ugh.
That was way easier on the Switch.
Dude, yesterday I was playing, and yeah, I did blame the controller at least twice because I couldn't get the button scheme down. I'm like, I kept forgetting which one was jump. I'm like, stupid controller!
Yeah, it is confusing because there's like 2... Like, the toggles controls are in different positions on the Switch. Just weird.
Toggle?
The little...
The plus? The D-pad?
D-pad? No, the little...
Joystick?
Yeah, whatever.
Okay.
One's up high on the left and one's low on the right.
Why were you using the right one?
I'm just saying, it's just weird.
Oh, yeah.
And it's kind of in the way of doing the 4 button.
Right. And the buttons are so stinking small.
Yeah, that's what I hate about the Switch. Not even just Switch Lite. The freaking Switch is not made for adult hands.
No.
And then you gotta pay like $60-$70 just for one controller, like a normal Xbox looking controller.
You can... Okay, so I got I think it's called an 8-bit Duo controller. It was like $40 or $45, and it's like a universal controller. Like I got it from my laptop. But it will Bluetooth connect to the Switch.
Oh, okay.
And it looks like a Super Nintendo controller, but with all the modern buttons and the Rumble Pack and all that stuff in it.
Still kind of a lot, though.
But you can use it for more than just the Switch.
I know, but the Switch should come with at least one controller that an adult can use, and
so they made a Switch Lite. Now they need a Switch Heavy for adult.
For
Switch Heavy for adults.
Because every time I play Mario Kart on that, I'm for real blaming the controller.
Yeah.
I can't.
And your hands cramp.
Yeah, I'm like this. Yeah.
And
you can't see right now, but we're like scrunching down into this little controller.
Right. It's terrible.
I could go on.
I like the music.
Yeah.
The music is, again, totally revamped original music. And after I was done playing, I ended up humming all the tunes again.
I don't remember any of the music.
You will. Next time you play it.
You will. I'm too focused on not dying.
You're too focused on dying?
Well, yeah, I am dying, but I'm trying not to.
Yeah. But no, it's... I mean, I've played this series since the beginning. I've always liked the music. I've always liked the themes. And there's a lot of... If you look on YouTube, there's a ton of people that have done, like, cover music of it, and they're playing it on pianos and stuff like that. And it's pretty impressive to watch people play that music because it's more complicated than you think. And I appreciated, again, that they kept the original soundtrack, but again, modernized, updated it, and added a little swagger to it. God, no, I'm never going to say that word again.
I don't even know what you mean.
I felt uncomfortable. But I thought was really weird when you do finish a level and kill a boss, it plays the Final Fantasy I Won a Battle music.
I did kill one boss and I didn't hear nothing.
It went da-da-da-da-da-da-da, which is not even a Capcom game. Square Enix.
Maybe I had the volume down. I don't remember any music.
You have old lady brain, though. Look, you got your old lady bunny in right now,
I've got bad ears, too.
Oh, really?
Oh, I can't hear that well.
You always hear all the shit I'm talking.
Oh, I didn't hear that.
You tuned into me or something? Did I just spit all over you?
No, you just like blew right in my face though,
Okay.
and it kind of, I felt like I needed to move away from it, but there was nowhere to go.
So, final thoughts. Go.
I did enjoy it, other than the gangliness of the character and me not being able to jump and stuff, but,
Do you jump?
do I jump?
That stupid Shenmue 3.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I'll give it, 4 out of 5.
Gangly arms.
Yeah. Noodle arms.
Yeah. I think it definitely does what a good Ghouls and Ghosts game does, and makes you scream obscenities at the screen and cry in frustration, because that's totally what I was doing yesterday.
You were crying.
I was, yeah, I started doing my little and Finn kept going, Dad, what are you doing? Are you okay? And I'm like, I'm just playing this stupid game. So
I was frustrated, but I was figuring that I was going to be frustrated, so I didn't care.
oh yeah, I knew I was going to hate life by playing this game, so, and it accomplished it, but at the same time, after I put it down, I wanted to pick it right back up.
Yeah, I'd like to play more right now.
Because it's one of those where it's so hard that it's like, that shouldn't be so hard. It should be easier to get that extra 10 steps past what I'm doing. I guess my rating would be 5 tears of frustration and a obscenity scream.
That's good.
I mean,
Challenging.
yeah. Movie time. What have you been watching? Movies, TVs? What you watching?
We watched Promising Young Woman not that long ago.
That sounds dirty.
It's kind of crazy. It's about a woman who fakes drunk so that men will take her home.
Oh, Ashley was watching this.
Yeah. And then wakes up lucid all of a sudden while they're trying to sexually assault her.
Nice.
Yeah.
But wait, she faked drunk.
She fakes drunk and then lets a guy take her home thinking
Yes.
that she's drunk and able to be pliable or to sexually assault while she's passed out.
Right.
But she's just faking. So when she gets to their apartment, she fully is awake
Okay.
while they're trying to assault her.
And she does this for fun?
She does this to scare them, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah.
All I know is that I walked in the room and I was getting ready to take a shower, and I know, unbelievable, right? And there was a girl with purple hair dressed as a nurse walking up to a house full of people at a bachelor party, and they're like, "Oh, the entertainment's here!" And I'm like, I gotta take a shower.
Yeah, she's doing all this for revenge for her friend, but I don't want to spoil anything. But it was really good.
You know,
It's up for Oscars right now, so
but you like weird shit like that.
yeah, I do like weird shit.
Yeah. So, okay, George sent me this yesterday, that the Sonic 2 movie got its first teaser.
Oh, there was a teaser?
There's a teaser. It shows Sonic 2, and then it shows the date it's coming out. That's it.
I saw like a picture of Sonic and Two Tails or whatever, and
They're like statues.
yeah.
Yeah, me and George talked for a good half hour to an hour last night about Sonic 2 rumors. It's coming out April 8th, 2022. So, mark your calendars now.
Who's the red guy?
That's Knuckles.
Yeah, Knuckles. You know the Knuckles meme.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's gonna be in that movie too.
I'm sure. And they're probably going to they're going to make him say, "Do you know the way?"
I will be laughing the whole time.
Yeah, they're
I'm
gonna
going
do
to
it.
totally see that movie.
They better do it. What else was there about it? Oh, and they've only announced 3 people for the movie. It was Donut Lord is coming back. The cop. The guy that plays the cop. The same voice for Sonic. Uh-huh. And then there's some woman that's voicing Tails.
Okay.
But Jim Carrey's not on the list yet. And how are they going to make this movie without Jim Carrey coming back?
He's stuck in the Mushroom Kingdom.
The whole thing is about fighting Dr. Robotnik.
Maybe they're just doing that so that you guys will shut up and be surprised when you see him in there.
He better be back.
After the Sonic human face debacle where it looked really scary,
yeah,
I was really surprised that we liked this movie as much as we do, right? And watched it as much as we have.
And you made fun of me the last episode that I put it on my top movies of 2020.
I was here while you were watching it again.
Yeah. And you know what? When I was editing that episode, I'm like, I kind of want to watch Sonic again.
Sonic.
It was good.
It's pretty good.
It is good. I think it's because we had such low expectations.
Yeah. So. I mean, I have nightmares about that original.
I went back and looked at the pictures and I'm like, ugh!
It's so scary.
What were they thinking?
And yeah, how did that get past anyone and be like, this is fine?
Somebody thought, that's a great idea. Just think that was their best idea. Until everyone complained.
Let's give it a human face. A cartoon hedgehog.
Bad.
No.
What else are you watching?
I draw a blank. I don't know what the hell I'm watching.
So you drew a square?
No.
I was drawing a blank. Literally.
What the fuck are you talking about?
If you draw a rectangle, you drew a blank.
Why? How's that a blank?
Because anytime you fill out a paper, it says name, and there's a rectangle. It's a blank.
Oh my god, please. Now you're making it even worse. My brain just went...
Blank?
Blank. I don't know what the hell I've been watching.
Well, then I'll say my next one.
Okay.
I caught up and finally finished, I think it's season 3 or 4, of Disenchantment on Netflix.
Is that cartoon by the Simpsons creator?
It is a cartoon by the Simpsons
I've never
creator.
seen a single episode of that.
It's mediocre at best.
Mm-hmm.
There's not very many laughs like The Simpsons, but it's well made.
Why are you still watching it then?
I'll tell you why.
Okay.
It's because it's an ongoing story. It's not like just weird episodic thing. You feel like you're going on an adventure with the main character that's named Bean, who's the princess of I forget the name of the stupid place they're from. And then Lucy, who's a demon cat from hell, and eventually they meet up with Elfo, and it's all about the 3 of them and like their adventures and what they do, and like every time an episode ends, you're like, well, what's gonna happen next? It's very soap opera-y.
Okay, but not funny.
But in a whole season, I might have got a couple out of me. I mean, I don't think it's really made to be like a super comedy like The Simpsons was, but it is entertaining.
Okay. Do you recommend people watch it?
Yes.
No.
But just don't expect The Simpsons. Expect to go on a D&D nerd adventure.
That's fun.
That's kind of what I put it more towards. It's like you feel like you're in a D&D campaign watching
Adventure
it happen.
Time?
No, because Adventure Time was
funny.
Very different.
It was funny though too.
Yeah, exactly. So, but I like it, and I hope that they make another season because they do leave you on a cliffhanger at the end of every single season. So we'll see.
We will.
Netflix. Mm-hmm. Did I tell you I figured out their? I read an article that said how they decide what is going to be made into another season or not. Mm-mm. So it's not about how many people watch it to start, because they'll have the initial spike of people watching it, and then it of course tapers off because everyone saw it, and then they don't watch it, and then they don't renew it. What they look for is it has to spike, and then it'll obviously come down for viewers, but then they expect it to either go back up again for people rewatching it, or level off at a higher spot. And if it doesn't hit a certain height of people continuously watching the show, or like you tell me about it, I tell somebody else about it, and it keeps building that way, if they don't get enough viewership that way, no matter how popular the show is, they will not make another season.
That's lame.
So like Stranger Things, if it just spikes and then nobody watches it after 2 weeks, they won't make another season.
That's dumb.
Right?
Because everyone binge watches that show like the first day it comes out.
Exactly. So they want people to rewatch and rewatch and rewatch, and that's
the shows I like, I'll just keep on repeat.
Put on repeat, yeah.
Excuse me.
Because your one-person TV show is going to make that big a difference.
It is. You'll see my spikes. It'll be one line. But it'll be continuous.
I mean, you think about it, the people that fall asleep watching TV, and then it goes, are you still there?
And that's why old shows are still on reruns, because people watch the same old shit, and...
Right. Because people like repetition.
Like Mayberry. Jesus Christ, that was bad.
No, they did a study about people, and they like to rewatch old shows because there's not the anxiety of what's going to happen next, and it actually relaxes people because they feel like the contentment of knowing what's going to happen, so there's no suspense or anything. It's just like going home and eating a pie.
I can see that, but for me, I don't remember shit from shows I've watched.
Right.
Because I'm rewatching Boardwalk Empire right now, and I remember some key points of the plot, but there's entire, like, episodes and like, strings of episodes. I don't remember any of it.
Is that it? Another fun-filled episode?
Are you playing any games?
What? No? Ghosts and Goblins and Crying.
Well, there's
What other games we're playing?
I bought, Soul Calibur.
Yeah, I saw that
6, I think.
jerk, and you didn't even invite me over?
So I bought Soul Calibur 6, and, you know, we've been playing Soul Calibur since we first met.
Yeah, and you didn't even invite me over.
Ago.
I saw it pop up in my email, and I'm very upset.
Well, you can come over and play it, but I was playing with the kids.
Yeah.
At first they're like, this is junk. This is easy. The graphics are terrible.
What?
They're just,
The graphics are amazing.
Shit talking so much. And then the very first time Finn played me, he played that Nightmare guy.
Yeah.
And he kicked my ass.
Right.
And I was like, oh, that guy's way too overpowered.
Okay, but wait. Finn is good at Soul Calibur. He's been playing that since he was like 4.
Well, he also got lost to George immediately after that because we were rotating.
Okay. And
he started crying. And I'm like, I didn't cry, you just beat me. But then I played George and I beat George.
Taught by Soul Calibur.
Yeah. So certain characters are just way too overpowered, but...
Well, Nightmare is, if he hits you and keeps hitting you, you win. That sounds like every game. But he's slow as hell.
Yeah.
So if you can get in there with a fast character...
Well, that's the only way you're going to win with him, is
right.
if you get it. If he starts hitting you, you're done.
No, if he gets the first hit in, that's it.
Yeah.
And then combos off. No, I need to come over and make some of those weird custom characters that I always did and whoop your ass with them.
Oh, that'll be fun.
Give them the weird voices.
I typically only play Taki.
Yeah, I know. You always...
She's like my character, but your son started playing some guy with a sword. Like, it looked like...
He's like a big samurai. I forget his name.
No, it was like a white guy. It looked like a medieval type character.
Yeah.
He was awesome. I beat George, like, bad with that guy.
I always play the guy with the nunchucks.
Yeah, I think George played with the nunchucks,
yeah.
And I had the medieval guy, and I just beat the shit out of him with that sword. I was so happy. I was like, yeah.
Yeah.
But that's a fun game.
Alright. Well, maybe we have to do that in a future episode, too, then.
I thought we already did that one.
We did 5.
We did?
Yeah. Because I have 5 for PS3.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And I have it for a PSP. But we never did 6 because I never owned 6.
I thought I was playing 5.
You don't even know. In fact, it might be... No, it's 4. That's 4 that I have. I skipped 5.
Oh, okay.
Because it's the same damn game.
Then hell yeah.
Yeah.
You need to come over.
Put it on the list.
The list. Now we got 2.
We do have 2.
Let's get it.
All right. Look at this, planning stuff, since we're terrible at planning things.
And doing anything other than work and dying.
Right. And yelling at people mowing your lawn.
I don't do that.
Oh. I do.
I live with the person that mows my lawn. Screaming at him probably wouldn't be the best idea. You can invite that guy in, though.
No. So something other game I've been playing is I did play Smashing 4 on my phone.
Uh-huh.
It's kind of neat. It's like little characters. You get 4 of them, 4 versus 4, and you're like in an arena.
Uh-huh.
And it's a mixture of... Okay, so each character has different abilities, and you can level them up to do more damage and get special abilities that they do and stuff like that.
Mm.
But the whole game is you take the characters and shoot them like pool balls, and each time that they bounce off of something, they do damage to the different characters, and you can make characters bounce off of other characters so all your other characters that you're not using will hit them and hurt them, and you're trying to kill each other, whoever kills each other first. You're playing against real people every single match.
Okay.
But I've been playing it for 2-3 weeks now. It was one of those, I saw the ad on Facebook, and I'm like, sure, this looks cool.
I know, I always think, why are there so many ads in games? And then I, download most of them.
Right. Yeah, I mean, this is the first time I ever downloaded a game that Facebook told me to download.
Yeah.
And it's a winner. I like it.
What's it called again?
It's called Smashing 4.
Okay, I'll check it out.
I'll send it to you. It's pretty fun.
Okay.
Alright. Well, that was fun. We finally got to talk about a game. It's been a while.
Yeah, a little while.
And we got plans for other ones. So, that's it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Hello?
I'm here.
Are you here?
Yes.
Alright, well, so tune in next time where the gaming and the lawnmowers never end as long as you press continue.
Let your grass grow.
Say goodnight, Gracie.
Goodbye. No one knows what that is.